What up, what up, what up? It's your girl Free coming at you guys with another exclusive vlog. I'm in the lovely city of Los Angeles, and I'm so happy to be bringing you guys an interview from
Seddy Hendrinx.
Say what's up to the people. Let them know who you are, where you're from.
What's happening, people of Los Angeles?
California.
California. My name is Seddy Hendrinx. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County, 904. Yeah, I make music. I'm an artist.
Okay. All right. So when you say you make music, you're an artist. You wouldn't consider yourself like a rapper? What type of music do you make? Because anytime I hear somebody say like, I make music, I'm an artist, they kind of like separate themselves from just like a regular rapper. So what would you consider yourself? Because I know you sing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you make rap music too? Like,
I feel like I can make rap music, or I do sing. I can make R&B, but I just rather I'm an artist. You know, artists can go from variations of all type of things when it comes to music, or just period.
Right. Okay, so what do you like to do more though?
I like to sing.
You like to sing more?
Yeah, I like to sing more.
Okay. And where was it again that you said that you're from?
Duval. Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. So I just thought it was Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, but for some reason I got a Duval County, just got a ring to. I gotta say my county.
Oh, okay.
Cause you got Orange Park. You got a lot of people that's from Orange Park. You got Duval. You got that's really about it. Clay County. You got all different type of counties.
Okay. And what is that area like?
What, Orange Park?
No, where you grew up.
I grew up out east. I grew up on the south side, and I grew up north side. I stayed on every part of Jacksonville. So every part I stayed on, it varied. Growing up, north side, the house. Then it went to the apartments out east. Then it went to the house out east. Then it went to homeless shelter. Then it went to apartments on the south side. Then it went to Justina, still south side. More apartments behind that. Then it went to the house.
Okay.
So like it was just variations of up and down throughout my life, like in Jacksonville, where I was from, how I lived, where I grew up. Treacherous hood, great community, bad community, okay community, no community. So,
right. Okay, so from a kid, tell us a little bit about your background growing up as a kid. Like, who did you have in the house? Did you have siblings? Mm-hmm. Where were you at? What was your upbringing like?
My upbringing was I had a lot of ups and downs in my upbringing. It was I didn't have my father in my life. I had an uncle that stepped in later on in my adulthood that became my father. Mm-hmm. Shout out Quan. My little brother Jacoby, my older sister Sakaya, my niece and nephew, and my mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys all grew up together?
Yeah, it was us. It's us.
Okay. Do you know like the relationship that happened with your dad? Like, was he in jail? You know, tell us a little bit about that.
He was in prison most of my life, in and out. I ain't got too many memories of it.
Okay.
Not too much, but it was just, the average Black American dad story. And
right.
My uncle stepped up as my father.
Okay. And what age was that?
This was, I'm probably 20. I'm 19, 20.
Okay. So before that, what was your childhood like? Were you out in the streets?
Thugging.
Is there gangs and things like that out there where you're from? Or do you guys have cliques?
Cutthroat. Everybody bang, like 9 times out of 10 you bang that K cutthroat. Or 9 times out of 10 you banging your street. You got Justina, you got 1300, you got Arlington, you got IDs, you got from 1200 to 21st. You got 45th from 36th to 45th. You got Pickettville. So many hoods on the north side, like the west side, 103rd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just with numbers and hoods.
Right.
Yeah, if anything.
Okay. And yours was what again?
Addies.
Oh, you didn't say which one it was?
Yeah, I didn't say which one it was because I grew up 8th Street, Main in the front. Springfield, damn near. I grew up 21st, 11th Street. I went to Gilbert, Andrew Robinson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a history of just being on the east side and the south side at the same time, damn near. Like,
okay.
Which is right across from the Matthews Bridge. South side, Arlington, the back of Justina, Colonial Forest, from University all the way to Main Street. If you asking me, goddamn it, like
Okay.
back and forth.
You've been everywhere.
Yeah, but those were the sides in Jacksonville that I jumped out the porch. I connected with the most.
Okay.
Hung around the most. Where I was at the most.
Now, why did they resonate to you? Did you have family members over there,
Yeah,
friends?
yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that. Like, who was over there?
I went to school.
And how'd you end up over there?
I went to school. Out to the Bridge Success Program. That's ID's. Gilbert, Andrew Robinson's at elementary school. 9 times out of 10, if you was in Andrew Robinson, you either went to Kirby when you went to middle school, or you end up going to Gilbert.
Okay.
I ended up going to Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? So, or if you went to R.L. Brown or Andrew Robinson, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. And then when we moved, I started going through house problems and stuff like that. My mom, we went homeless. I was about a homeless shelter.
What age was that?
That was 13. 13, don't get me to start line. 13, 14.
Okay.
If I ain't mistaken. And then we hit the south side.
Is that a better area, more dangerous area?
South side in Jacksonville is known as a more, in the beginning, it was known as sweet. Like the south side of Jacksonville was a place where everybody go over there and you duck off when you get a little too hot or whatever the case may be. But the era I grew up in Arlington and Justina, shit went down a lot. Like a lot.
Okay.
And niggas from the east side even started coming over to the south side and stamping shit and putting niggas under that K and all that. So like it was mutuals and ties that started getting back and forth across that bridge. But then not even just out east and the south side. You got the west side doing it with the north side, and like at one point in time, the era I grew up in, all the hoods in the city started like maneuvering and having ties over there because, you know, niggas started dying and repping on niggas and all that. I grew up in the Chief Keef era.
Okay.
So when Chief Keef came out in Jacksonville, shit got real. So Southside was known to have shit going. It's going on the South Side, like, for sure.
Right.
To this day now, it's still. They done switched up a lot of shit in Jacksonville. Like it's real nice on the South Side the further you go. But if you know, you know. Caravan, nigga, Sin City. That's where most of this shit went down for me at. Caravan and Sin City on the South Side.
And what are those places?
Those is the churches, those hoods.
Like the hoods.
The Section 8 apartments. But then they built some flapjack houses. That's when we got our money together. They built some flapjack houses in walking distance of the Section 8 houses. Mm-hmm. There was a park in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And on that whole Jasper Avenue, 8517 Jasper Avenue, I'll never forget it. Like that whole area, dope heads, meth, all type of shit. That's when I was stealing cars, splats and shit. That's when my hair was little as fuck, mouth full of golds. I'm ripping.
So you always had the wicks.
Yeah.
How long have you had yours?
About 6 years, 7 years. I just trimmed mine. My shit was way down.
Yours
here.
Actually look really nice because I've seen some crazy ass looking ones. And then the way that you got them to spiral, how'd you get them to spiral? Do you like put the little things on them?
Just spray it with water. Yeah, spray it with water, put curls, and put a curl rod. I got good hair.
Okay, so let's get back to the childhood. Mm-hmm. So growing up, like, what age would you say that you like start going outside? And were you able to, like, what was your mom and the household like? Because, you know, I get some people on here that's like, my mom was strict. Mm-hmm. I had to sneak out. Mm-hmm. Then there's some that's like, my mom was working. So, like, give us a little bit of background of how it was for you.
I jumped out the porch at 16. I feel like I jumped off a little late.
Yeah, that's kind of late.
Yeah, but I was thugging, though.
Right.
Nigga wasn't playing. But I'm going to keep it a bean. Like, I grew up in that church. My mom, St. Paul, Dr. Guns. I'll never forget. I grew up in the church. She taught me right from wrong. I chose to do wrong. But looking at my mama's life, my mama wrote a book that I helped her put out. And I wanted to be like my mama. Like, I wanted to be like my dad. All the stories I heard of the nigga, and I, you know, the stuff my mama been through and how she was able to make ends meet every time. And that was just the lifestyle that I attracted to from the movies to seeing them. So I grew up wanting to be like that, and I got in trouble from BB guns to real guns to fighting to splats and, you know, getting at niggas and all type of extra shit.
So wait, did I hear that right? You were saying your mom grew up more in that type of street life?
Yeah, my mom's all the way in it. My mom was all the way 150% in it.
Okay.
And she got her life together. Woman of God, changed around for her children because of us.
Right.
And still had her things she was going through in between. Just like my dad, from what I didn't know, he was going through what he was going through. But she wanted the best for all of us. But I jumped off the porch at 16. I got introduced to weed, pills, everything at 16. Mm-hmm. lean, everything at 16, 17. So I started doing what I was doing out that way. It kind of went from there.
Right. And were you in school during this time? Like, how
Mm-hmm.
was that going on?
Mm-hmm. I was in school always. Only time school was a problem was when something happened at Sundance Apartments in Jacksonville. Something happened with my people, and we kind of had to deal. We had to leave Jacksonville and go to West Palm. But then we went to West Palm. Shout out West Palm Riviera 561. We some shit went down there, and the mayor had to put some shit together and drive us back up to Jacksonville, and that's when we was in the homeless shelter.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And how long were you there?
It was a homeless shelter about 2-3 months. 4 months probably.
How was that for you? What age was that?
08. I was going to Gilbert. People didn't even know I was going to Gilbert, fresh as hell.
What is Gilbert?
That's the school. That's the school. That's the middle school.
Okay.
I was going to Gilbert, homeless and
still dressed nice.
Fresh as hell.
Where was you getting the clothes and stuff?
Not Miss Juanita. It was this lady that worked at Foot Locker. My auntie Precious worked at Foot Locker too, but it was this other lady that was working at Foot Locker that my people used to talk to, and I had a pair of fake Fusions. I'll never forget it. Dwayne Lambert called me out on my fake Fusions one day, bro. And I went there and I told my mom and them. And she went to Foot Locker. She was like, I'm finna get set all my size 8s, metallic 5s. And I went to school and I betted them niggas. And I was like, I bet I come to school every day the last 2 weeks. Brand new fresh J's. Not Fusions, neither retro Jordans.
Right.
Everybody thinking I'm capping. Everybody thinking I'm lying. And then boom, I come to school fresh J with them bitches that day. But my mama was dealing with this old girl at Foot Locker at the time. And she had a whole bunch of old shoes before she went off to the Army.
Right.
And threw me them bitches in. That's why I was able to stay fresh. Like Miss Ann, she kept a nigga clean. Rockwell, Pay. Like Miss
oh my
Ann.
God, I remember Pay.
Burlington Coat Factory used to be the shit.
Yeah.
Burlington Coat Factory used to get you together.
So it's not pronounced Pepe?
Pay. That's what I said, right?
You said Pay, but that might be what it's pronounced though.
However.
That might be what it's pronounced.
Fresh as hell. I was fresh as hell.
So you're what, in your 30s?
Nah, I'm 20. I just turned 29.
Okay, you just turned 29. But you have like an older soul.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you think makes you like so mature, you know, in who you are? Because you do come off way older, like my age.
I've been through a lot of shit. I just explained, I've been through a lot of shit. Jacksonville, Florida, that shit'll do it to you. I feel like any city, anywhere across the world, poverty will do it to you. Struggle will do it to you. And it's beauty in all of it. So it makes you move a little older. It makes you feel like more experienced because you're going through a lot of stuff that the average 13-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old ain't going through.
Right.
So like, you know, I get the older experience from my mama and all the homies and everybody that's around me, my brothers, and just the way I grew up, my city. I blame my city for the way I am when it comes to a lot of things, good and bad.
Me too.
I blame myself first. But
Bakersfield second. That's how I feel too about my city.
For sure.
Because I mean, there's worse than me where I come from, but I do have a lot of personality traits that I get from being from a cutthroat city. And Bakersfield is very cutthroat.
I'm speaking of cutthroat, that's what we bang. That's what we represent in my city. Literally the K cutthroat. So it's like that is self-explanatory in itself.
What are some of the things growing up like as a young kid in your area? Just like solely your area, the streets you grew up in that you had to worry about, like what were some of the dangers over there? If there was any dangers, would you say your neighborhood was pretty dangerous?
Not everyone. Not every neighborhood I grew up in was dangerous. Probably like 2 of them wasn't. When I went to Wolfson and stayed on Sunbeam Road, that wasn't dangerous at all.
Right.
What's the other one? There's one more. There's literally one more.
That was dangerous?
That wasn't.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't.
But everywhere else
Everywhere else, nigga, I had to watch over my back. I had to...
What are some of the things you got to watch for? Because, you know, out here in Cali, it's a lot of different things you got to watch for.
You just got to watch out for a nigga that wants you dead. In my city, nigga that want to kill you because you repping, you fuck with bro, and you repping that. Right. Oh, that's what you want. You run with them. All right, cool. I know who did that to him, and bam. So nigga see you, nigga catching points and scoring off your dumb ass.
Right.
Or something like that. Or just like it's my city turned. Like I say, when Chief Keef came out, bro, you would have sworn Jacksonville was just out they fucking mind. Like,
Right.
everybody lost their marbles.
Right.
Everybody wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, that's just how that went.
But so is like robberies and shit like that big how it is in Cali?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just for gold or because now Cali's gotten to the point where I mean if you go to the Bay, they'll rob you for anything in the Bay. They're real bad out there.
Nah, niggas out of Jacksonville taking your gun. Nigga robbing you for your gun.
So they don't want jewelry and shit.
Want you, nah, nigga catch you down bad, but in my like nigga want you dead. Nigga trying to kill you. Like,
right.
Nigga ain't even worried about taking your jewelry and none of that shit. Like if anything, niggas getting bucked for that gun in my city a lot. Like a lot. The young niggas, that's how you really start off. Like you take a nigga gun, then take a nigga gun lead until you accidentally have to shoot a nigga or hurt him. Then it go into like, oh, you out the porch, you spinning, you in cars. Now you jumping out these cars. Now it's all that type of shit.
So really taking guns is like a main thing out there. Like a sign of disrespect. Because out here in Cali, taking a nigga's chain is more a sign of disrespect.
Jacksonville, who walking around in the city with chains on for real? In my city. It's a lot. Niggas getting money on my mama. Niggas is getting money in Jacksonville, Florida.
But it's a different demographic.
It's a whole different type of lane.
What is something we'll see like dressing wise? I know you dress more. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But
that's a good thing the way you said that?
Yeah, it's a good thing. You got a lot going on that's different. That's like different cities in one.
Yeah.
But for everybody else out there, what are we gonna see somebody wearing?
If they're
from Jacksonville. If I came out there as a tourist,
Dickies. You gonna see a nigga wearing Dickies. You'll see a nigga wearing some Forces. You gonna see a nigga wearing whatever J's that came out at that time. Nowadays, you may catch a nigga wearing some Ricks in the city, but niggas going Louis, like niggas getting money in the city now. So niggas going designer some shit. But back in the G, Armani Exchange, Forces, J's.
Chains and jewelry?
Yeah, Cubans. Cubans go or perms. Everything perm or you going Cuban.
Right.
You feel me? But 9 times 10 in my city, Jacksonville, ain't too many niggas walking around Cuban.
Right.
Unless you selling dope, heavy money, or you turned out you duet, like anything like that. 9 times 10 though, you perm though. Niggas gonna go get some perms or some golds.
Okay. So for you...
I mean pull-outs type shit.
Right, like, removable grills. Yeah. Okay, so for you, were you getting in any shit? Like, did you ever have a point where you were going to jail when you were younger? Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that. Because that's the main thing of here on my channel. All the niggas mostly I interview are gang members from out here. And they've been to jail. And I love to get the stories of the experiences from jail from different niggas.
Bet.
Because I know Florida has to be different.
Yeah, it is. I ain't going to say nothing on here that'll incriminate me or get me.
Yeah, no, don't do that because I don't want you to do that. But we don't do that over here.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like, it's, yeah, I in and out of jail. Doing what I stand on this 2-9 shit. Like,
okay.
So I lost my dog 2-9. The gun violence in the party. And, it's been get back ever since.
Right.
And I'm not even talking about like on the street stuff. I'm just saying like, just stuff type shit. Went through what I went through. Everybody go through what they go through out here, and handled mine a different way.
Right.
Yeah. So.
How long did you have to do it at that time?
The longest period of time.
Yeah.
6 months, 4 to 6 months.
Oh, so you've never done like no significant
No, I've never did no prison time. I've never been to
What
prison.
was it like that for you in there? Was you eating spreads? Do y'all call them that in Florida?
Nah,
what do y'all
breaks,
call them? What was the craziest thing when you started coming to California? Like, do you come here often?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much you feel like you've been here?
I lived out this bitch at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was like one of the craziest things you seen, like a culture shock you had that was just so different from Florida when you got here?
Be able to smoke right in front of them people.
Right.
Be able to smoke right in front of them people. That was a real like, oh.
What's one of the things that people go to jail for the most out there?
Guns.
What would you feel like you took the most from growing up in that? Because you don't give me a real trenches, gutter, like stab a nigga in the back type of vibe. And I'm getting that might be not the only medium, but one of the mediums of the city. So what do you think it is that resonated you to different? You give me peaceful, like, spiritual.
God is good.
Yeah, like.
God is good.
What did you do? You found a law?
Yeah, what God is good is really all I can say. God is good is you change and you grow. I ain't perfect though.
Did you
He's
have
still
like
working on me every day.
Did you have like a kid or something that made you want to like
I ain't no kid.
turn it around?
Nah, I still was on bullshit after I got shot.
Tell us the experience of that outside of why you got shot. I don't want to know that. We don't want to know why you got shot.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Right? Okay. And what is your life flash before your eyes? Where'd you get shot? Tell us the details.
My higher kidney, lower lung.
Oh.
Yeah. I got
Okay.
hit on my higher kidney, lower lung. And
was you like paralyzed or anything?
Mm-mm.
You were good?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you to heal?
About a week.
About a week?
And I was up at the hospital about a week and a half. I was up at the hospital.
Okay.
I got up and I actually, yeah, about a week and a half. I healed quick. I remember squeezing my mama's hand and I asked her a question and she laughed and I woke up in the hospital.
Squeezing her hand before you got shot?
Squeezing her hand while I'm in the car on the way to the hospital.
Oh, once you got shot.
Mm-hmm.
So they just happened to be close by?
Tight shit.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how old were you when you got shot?
1920.
1920. Okay, and by then you would say you already had like a name for yourself out in the city.
Yeah.
When did it resonate to you like, okay, I gotta start being careful and I gotta start watching my back? I mean, of course, just if you grow up in a dangerous city, you're gonna do that anyways. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, it gets to a point to where it's like, no, I know motherfuckers is really looking for me. I really gotta make sure I move a certain way. What age did that click for you?
When I lost Janelle.
Who's Janelle?
That's 2-9. The reason I started rapping, the reason I even jumped out here for real and took that street shit to another level with me and my peers.
Mm-hmm. Who was he to you?
He was a real close friend.
Okay. And he was your age and stuff?
Yeah, he was about a year younger than me. He was a real close friend of my brothers too. Fat, the Jalen. Jalen is his actual blood brother. Mm-hmm. Charlie, Alex. And I seen how it affected the people I cared about a lot. So I took it in as it was my own. And to this day, I still. His birthday was just like 3 days ago.
How old was he when he passed?
18.
And he would have been how old now? How long has it been?
18. He'll be about 27, 28, 27.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so he got murdered. Mm-hmm. Now, was he involved in shit or was he more like an innocent bystander?
He was an NFL prospect.
And that's like so crazy how that happens because like I hear about that a lot in music. Like somebody always like doing something to somebody, but it don't got shit to do with them, really type shit. Now, was it kind of like a cause of you type of thing or? Okay, he just was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Nah, he beat a nigga ass. And it was 1-on-1. Then he beat a nigga ass again. And then the third time, the football and basketball team was around him. And they jumped the nigga this time. But all this shit was because he didn't want to fuck with the nigga's sister no more. Oh. That's all this shit was about. And the nigga tried to play Big Brother. And Big Brother got his ass whooped. And Big Brother got his ass whooped again. And Big Brother got his ass jumped. And then that's when niggas wanted to take it to pistol play.
Okay.
And that's when other niggas who didn't even know niggas tried to attach themselves to shit and all type of weirdo ass shit like that.
Right. Okay. And so that's when you said that's what made you want to get into music.
Yeah, because niggas started rapping on my dog and I ain't want to. I was like, I wasn't finna do all
They did music?
I guess so, whatever, whoever.
Okay.
They did, yeah. They just went to rapping. Little sneak this and little shit. Just young shit, like when I was young as fuck, just young shit. Niggas went to just doing a little.
And you were how old when this happened?
17, 18.
Oh, okay.
17, 18. Between ages of 17 and 19.
Okay. Yeah. And when would you say like you first got introduced to music? Not like doing it yourself. Just in general. And who was it that you were listening to? Who introduced you?
Music been around me all my life. All my life. It's always been around me. Couldn't escape it. I used to pick on rappers. I never wanted to be a rapper. I was never the nigga growing up saying when I grow up I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna be a superstar. I'm gonna be this. But it happened. It never happened like that. So Music just been around me all my life from everybody.
What was the first experience that you remember with music? Like, where were you? Who played it? What was it? Who was it?
I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm gonna go with what my heart and mind telling me to say. Like I've been doing this whole interview. Church, cause it's one clip that replay in my head all the time, and it was on a tape. It's on a tape too, cause I remember watching it on the tape. But to this day, I don't know why nobody in the city never gave it back to me. But you remember that song? God will do what He said He will do.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
I bet. I remember. I'm on the front of the stage, across the street from Reebok, and I'm going to Reebok too, North Side. And I sing the song, and the way I'm singing it, I just remember singing it like this, and the whole church just lost their mind because I hit a note that wasn't in the song, and I went up with it. That's the other thing I think I got introduced to me. That's in my head.
And how old were you then?
That's when I was miming. I was miming then. I think I was 9. 10.
Wait, miming?
Yeah, in the church miming. I know some real gangsters to this day, R.I.P. That was miming in church. But
really? That's dope.
Really living like that too. For my mom. I know some athletes that's really living like that. Jacksonville just is different. It's breeded different. Like you just never know. You just never know.
Don't say the mime.
I swear, motherfuckers.
He knows.
Wait. I'm tripping. I apologize. It wasn't mine. Ushers. Like ushers. Like
what is usher?
The ushers are people in the church that be like working in the church and stuff. Disciples is people like giving the fans out and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And putting the makeup on your face, or is that mime?
That's miming.
Okay, cool. And I did say it right.
Yeah, the
you
mime.
was laughing and shit, and I'm thinking, you got me thinking I'm saying it
No, the
wrong.
reason I'm laughing is the way you said, like, I know some niggas
that's miming.
That's miming, but they was really like that. Like, what?
All right. When this interview get out, they gonna see it. Call my bluff.
No, that clip gonna go viral because everybody gonna be like, what the fuck? All
right.
No, but I believe you. That's what makes it funny is you're dead ass serious.
He went to Reebok too. I don't remember his name too.
What is that, a school?
That's a school right across the street from the church.
And who was taking you to the church? Your mom?
My mom, my sister. My sister got in the newspaper article about how she was taking me and my brothers. This when we was homeless. My sister made the article. She ended up graduating. We catching the city bus every day we staying at the Hotel Bay Meadows, and we catching that city bus to downtown to drop Kobe off, to drop me off. Like, yeah. This one my sister was going to Reebok. Right across the street from the church, yeah.
Now, with you being so young, and clearly you were forced to grow up pretty early, mentally, physically, with you being young and being homeless, like, tell us a little bit of like what you were thinking around that time. And did you realize like, okay, this is different? I know like I'm not at home, but did you realize like I'm homeless? Did you understand and fathom like what that really meant at that age and at that time?
Yes and no. Because it was a time, I want to get this clear, like it was a time period in my life where we were homeless. My mama always made sure we went and had. This was just a certain period of time where shit got real, like
right.
Real.
You said for about 2 months, right?
All type of extra crazy shit was going on in my family. And this where it led to. So like, yeah, like my mom always kept it blood raw. Like this what's going on. Mm-hmm. This what we finna have to do to get up out of this. And yeah, like, okay. You feel me? But you ain't gonna look like what you going through. You ain't finna go for no pity party. We ain't playing victim. You ain't finna be bitching. You ain't finna be whining. We in this bitch and we in this bitch. My mama was saying OTF before I ever heard of dirt.
Right.
Before I ever heard of Chicago, I heard OTF first from my mama. Right. Because she used to like install that in us, like no matter what, it's all we got, it's only us. Right. So I knew for a fact, like, okay, right now we went from, like I said, it was periods in the time where we had it, we didn't. We had it, we didn't. Like we come from having it, and then I go from straight homeless. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I know what's going on, but my mama it was just a way we ain't really give a fuck. We still went on picnics. Right. We still like made the best out of everything. I remember we went on a picnic we turned Salzbarker homeless shelter up so much, motherfuckers in that bitch forgot that they was in a homeless shelter. Right. So like I knew I was in that motherfucker, but we just made the best.
Did like people and stuff at school know and shit like that? Mm-mm. You seem
people
like
ain't find this shit out till I blew up rapping on interviews.
Right. You seem like the type that also too like your mom might have instilled like keep our business to ourselves type shit.
What goes on in this house, stay in this
Stay
house.
in the house. So you
Yeah.
didn't go to school. And did you have any friends that like you
I was
kind of
known through my city.
So you, but did you have friends like, okay, this is somebody that was with me during the struggle and was there for me as a homie that you might still have around now, or
Around that from that time?
Yeah.
I met everybody once I hit that. Like the people I knew from the east side didn't transfer over when I moved to the south side. Some of them did. People started coming over there to Fort Caroline and Terry Parker and all that other shit.
Right.
But that was later on. Like, nah, when I got to the south side, I met a whole new group of people on the south side.
Right.
And then I started going through my shit over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
you wouldn't really say like you kept friends.
Do
you have any that you grew up with?
Right now that I'm still with? Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Fat. My nigga Fat.
When did you meet him?
2009.
Okay. Tell me like how you were as a kid. Because you seem like real like chill, monotone, but every person that's like that was a banshee as a kid.
Yeah, I was.
I knew it.
I was quiet.
I knew it.
I started off quiet
silver
as a
teeth.
kid. Oh, hell no. No, I ain't no silver teeth.
Don't act like it's far.
No, I ain't never had no silver teeth. But I definitely I was a little ratchet baby. Hot ball with my socks off and shit like that, doing backflips and shit off.
Yeah, I know those types of
shit, like fighting everybody in the neighborhood, always getting into shit.
Always had some hot Cheetos.
Always got some hot Cheetos, hot fries, and some shit like that. This one I had the Caesar though. This one I had my mama gave us the Caesar, the Boosie Fade. We used to call it the Boosie Fade. Mm-hmm. And my brothers. My mom used to dress us alike.
Were you guys close in age?
I stayed getting this shit. Some people used to, my brother. So I grew up always in some shit. But as I got older though, it calmed down. I hit like 16, 17, 18, it calmed down. Because I got on other shit.
Right. So when would you say like you first fully got introduced into like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start making music now. Like, what was it that made you decide that you were going to make music? And like, when did you start realizing that you even had any musical talent? Like, what age was that you realized, okay, I got some musical talent?
I was 19. I was 19, 20 when I realized like, oh shit, I can do it. And like I said earlier, the reason I even picked up a microphone, the reason I even got in the studio in any way, shape, or form, shout out Lebanon G, shout out FMG, was because of Janelle. And my intentions in the beginning may have started off confusing, ignorant, dumb, for what, but it turned into my passion, to an art, to now he's talking about some of his heartbreaks, he's talking about his pain, and he's still able to manage the street shit he's going through.
Right.
So that's when it elevated. 18, 19 years old, and the reason I started doing it was because of Janelle.
Okay. And what were like some of the first things you were doing? Like, tell us the beginning story. Because I've had some people on here that was like, I was working a job, I was sleeping in my car, I was doing this. Like, was there any struggle story before you got to be like where you are now?
Finesse and Connie, Lion, Robin, and what else I was doing? That's what I was doing. And trapping. That's what I was doing.
So was there any hardships that you
for sure
went through? Tell us some of those. We want to know the struggle. We like struggle on here.
I think everybody's I was open with all my shit though. Everybody like you go do anything I'm saying in this interview, you go do your homework or pass, or people in the city can vouch. Like it's I was really open with all my shit. That's what made me different in the city. Like I didn't automatically go shoot them up, bang bang, fuck you, fuck the ops, straight interrogate myself and and all this other shit. I knew what I was on. I knew what I was capable of. I knew what I do. So I said, I'm gonna go this route. I'm gonna talk to the women. I'm gonna go here. So my first song starting off was a remix by Bryson Tiller, like Exchange. Mm-hmm. And I talked about a fake little heartbreak I went through. Mm-hmm. That I really wasn't even heartbroken over. I just knew like this is what they want to hear. This is what's gonna catch. And I went with that, and it caught through Florida. Mm-hmm. Like I think. And
that was the first.
I did 100,000 views in a night. I stood up till the sun came out watching everybody repost the song on SoundCloud.
Now, at that time, how was social media in Florida? Is it big like how it is in California? Like how all the rappers and all of us know each other? We all follow each other.
I got hip to the internet late because my mom wasn't on that. I didn't get a phone. I had a minute phone, family dollar phone. Like I didn't get my own phone until I started making money in the streets.
Okay.
I started traveling.
And what age was that?
16, 17.
Okay.
I got hip to the internet around 17, 18. I got hip to the internet 10th grade, junior year, almost senior year.
Right. And what
my
was
first email was when I was out of high school.
Facebook around
No,
Florida?
I never had a Facebook.
So what were you guys on in Florida?
Florida, they on Facebook. You talking about me. I'm talking about me. But Florida, yeah, everybody else was hip to all that shit. They was hip to everything. Me, I wasn't. Because I had too much other shit going on in my life and I was outside.
So when you posted the song, what do you think that it was that made it go viral if you didn't have social media like that?
No, I just fast forward. At that time, I'm out of school. I made music when I was out of school. I didn't make music when I was in high school. When I got out of school, I made music.
Okay.
So I met FMG at a corner store in the back on the south side, took me to the studio, made me an email, got on the song, did the song, SoundCloud, set up all this shit for me. And by this time I got the iPhone, I'm making money, I'm doing my little shit, all this, whatever the case may be. And he posted a song, and I'm just looking at my phone, that bitch go dumb. I remember this girl named Shay posted it, Josh posted it. It was a couple, She, FT, She, these all like pop, everybody's name was like popular people at the time in Jacksonville, whether it was in a dance group or turn party group, whatever the fuck. These were people that I knew like were lit in the city. Right. So joints. So when they reposted, it went up. Everybody else was going up reposting it. Shit went all the way down to bottom Florida and it was up. It was there ever since. Okay. I locked in with the studio out with G. Locked in with him and just kept it going from there. Okay. And so, are you signed or anything like that? I'm independent. Okay, right, you're independent. You talking about at that time or right now? Right now. No, I'm independent. I've been independent a year and a month. Okay, but at that time, you were signed. Did you get signed later? No, I was independent then. I started rapping. I got with Florida Boy 6 to 8 months in. After like 6 to 8 months in, then I got signed a year later. What's that? In the 2019, 2020, I got signed to Generation Atlantic. Oh, okay. So it didn't take me that long. Like I boom, put in my work, got with a nigga in Jacksonville who had some money too, put his money with my money and my time. A year later, literally, and it's so much shit that went on in these 12 months and each year of me doing this music shit. And then boom, you in there. Like I get a deal, I sneak in the studio, Generation. So that quick, you would say that you did it fairly quick. You made the song. Mm-hmm. You went viral off the song. Mm-hmm. That particular song on SoundCloud. I went viral off SoundCloud. Okay. Then what were the things that happened to make the label and stuff recognize you outside of just that? Or was it just that? Nah, I kept moving around. Florida Boy moved me around. We going to South by Southwest at the time. Mm-hmm. We doing we shooting videos here, we shooting videos there. I'm doing shows in Jacksonville, selling them bitches out, going crazy, moving around. I'm back and forth in Atlanta. Building relationships from Jacksonville to Atlanta. And then, boom, I sneak in the studio in Atlanta. I sneak in Generation Now Studio, Atlantic and all that. Get my deal through Willie Joe. Willie Joe is the A&R best friend of DJ Drama. Mm-hmm. And all of this shit is happening within a year of each one. Right. So in 1 year of me doing my music shit, in the 5 to 6 years, if you want to round up 7, 7 years of me doing music all together, I live probably 3 to 4 lives in each year. Right. But each year I elevate. Like, how long were you signed? 4 years. Did you enjoy being signed and all that? Years. I did. I learned what I learned. And I only can say that now because I'm out the deal. Okay. If I was still in it, I couldn't answer that question because I wouldn't know. Right. Do you feel like it was beneficial for you to sign? Yes. Okay. 150%. Okay. Do you feel like you got what you wanted out of it in the sense of like money-wise, building your career, the connections? Like, do you feel like it benefited you in that way? It benefited me off the connections. The money, no, I ain't tripping about that. Okay. I ain't tripping about that. But it definitely benefited me off the connections. I was able to stand on some of the greatest of all time in this music industry shoulders. Right. For 4.5, 5 years. Right. You feel like you've made any significant money from the music? Fuck yeah. But do you feel like it's more than what you've made, like doing whatever you was doing before? Shit, yeah. You feel like you still, so you feel like you've
you are like where you want to be with it?
No.
Or is there more?
No, I got a whole other pinnacle where I'm finna go with this music shit.
Okay.
Just within this interview, this is the most I've ever had to, in a very long time, go back and talk about even certain things because of how much of this shit I left in the past.
Right.
Yeah. So
you've grown past it.
Oh my gosh, I'm a grown ass man. I'm 29.
But I know, like, my supporters out here in California. I don't know. Have you done a lot of California interviews?
Yeah, Bootleg Kev, Cindy. I done did a lot of shit. I was with Atlantic Generation Now. I was with Late.
Right.
Had Jack Harlow, Lil Uzi, me. Like,
right.
I'd have been back and forth. LA. LA showed me dumb love. I love LA. I got a lot of love out here.
That's cool. That's cool. So, when it comes to like the music and your sound, what do you feel like the inspiration for it comes from? Like, what do you need to execute it? Tell us a little bit about that, the music. Because it's like
my creative process
nasty,
is what you're asking.
And then it's like street, and then it's like singing, but it's still, you be like try to secretly be freaky on the low. But you're not like a regular R&B nigga. Exactly. You're not like a little slit, rip your shirt R&B.
Yeah, I ain't all that. I ain't doing all that. I'm rhythm and gangster.
Yeah.
I am what I am. R&G. I'm a lover boy, but I'm forced to be. I'm a lover boy at heart, but I'm forced to play the game.
Right.
As of right now, I'm a lover boy at heart, but I am forced to play the game.
Right.
And that means everything in between. Yeah, I'm very nice. I'm very kind. I'm very respectful. I'm very sweet when it comes to these women and how I handle them, how I treat you, and how I look at you, and how I talk to you. But at the same time, this shit can get real indignant. This shit can get real delusional, crazy. Stop fucking playing with me. Like, all that extra shit, it can get like that. So,
would you say that you're toxic when you're in relationships?
I used to be. But aren't we all to a degree?
What was like something that you would say that you know that was one of your toxic traits?
I was a narcissist. Bad. And I can admit that.
Like fully just into yourself?
Not even just, I was...
Because you could be one in different ways, so specify.
Not into myself, but more like... Yeah, into myself.
What is it that you, like, what is it you look for when you are looking for a woman? Because, I mean, you're an R&B singer, nigga, rapper, street nigga. So I feel like this is something like your supporters are going to want to know. What is it that attracts you to a woman? What type of women you like? You know, tell us. We want to know.
Actually, I got the person that I'm attracted to that I'm with right now.
Okay.
I'm fucking with. So
okay.
I would just say her.
Okay. What does she look like?
Her. She looks amazing.
But you know, I mean, like, it doesn't even have to just be looks. Like, ideal-wise, what attracts you to a person?
God, how you talk about God. You gotta be a strong praying woman.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be a real spiritual, strong praying woman. I judge that off the rip. Like,
right.
I'm gonna know within the first couple words of how you speak. Like, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? Not saying everybody should walk around here blessed and highly favored, but 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
So I'm gonna look to see what you gonna say. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? How you feeling? Hey, I'm feeling good. My name is like all that type of stuff tells me what I need to know.
Right.
So God, I would say that.
Okay.
I look for God in a woman.
And when you set out to like execute, make songs, do music, what are things that you want people to get out of your music? Like everything that you do, what's the main focus and the main message that you would say you want people to get out of it?
Prevail through it all, through the heartbreak, through the bullet wounds, through the lies, through the disrespect, through the comments, through the dick riding, through everything, through niggas backdooring, fucking with niggas capping and playing all type of shit.
Right.
Just like prevail. Everything.
Right.
Relationships, your girl, this, everything. That's what people can take from my music. You're gonna prevail. You gotta keep going, and you can't go back.
Right.
You gotta prevail through this shit.
Who do you feel like is your fan base? Who do you feel like you make music for?
I make music for the warriors. I make music for the motherfuckers who gonna fight through this shit. I make music for the women and the men who like, Bro, damn, bro, I want to scream. I want to pull my hair out. Bro, I want to load this bitch up right now. I want to let it all go, but I'm not going to do that. I got too many people depending on me. I'm not
Right.
going to do that. I got it. Scream, get it out. I speak for them people who just, we fucked up in the head, but we wonderful in the heart. And we wear,
Right.
we wear it so well.
Right.
We wear this shit so well. You would never know. I
Right.
speak for them.
Okay. I want to know what and how you came up with your name and what does it mean. Seddy Hendrinx reminds me of Jimi Hendrix. But what is your name, Cedric? Like,
My name is Cedric.
fucking, and you guys want to know something? I did not Google it.
Oh,
I did not Google it. So your name is Cedric.
Yeah, I mean Seddy's. Yeah,
But you don't spell it like Cedric.
Sedrick.
That's crazy. I was actually lowball being funny. And it's really Cedric?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And then where did you get the Hendrix from?
Jimi Hendrix, Future Hendrix, and I actually got my name stamped from the Hendrix Foundation.
Who stamped it?
The Jimi Hendrix Foundation.
Who told you?
You mean who told me? I had a letter in the mail like that. Because at one moment the label was finna, when I signed, I had to take it was like, bro, we may have to drop Hendrix off your name because they hit him up.
Oh.
But his people, his
family was okay with you using it.
They fucking with me and they fucking with it.
Okay. So how did that make you feel? That's dope.
Made me feel amazing.
Do you play instruments?
To a degree. I used to play the bass clarinet.
So what made you come up with that?
Legends Apartments. It was this white man, bro. He used to let me hold the Ray-Bans. And I used to steal a lot of Ray-Bans all the time. Like the shades and shit.
Yeah, I remember that was a thing.
So the Jimi Hendrix, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was always high. Like everybody to know me is knows one thing about it. Sid gonna be high. Like Sid gonna smoke some weed.
Free.
For sure. So like, you know, you got the Jimi Hendrix, the high aesthetic, the trippy aesthetic, the Ray-Bans, the shades, all that type of shit. And Future came out and it was Future Hendrix and he got the shades and the way he embraced the Jimi Hendrix shit, and I was like, oh, this perfect. My name, I ain't finna have people calling me Cedric Hendrix.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta get a cool. And girls called me Seddy or Sid. Like he was either Sid or Seddy.
Okay.
So I was like, fuck it, Seddy Hendrix.
Okay. When did you realize you could sing? And could you always have sang?
Remember I told you about the story earlier at church? When we singing in front of
okay, so that's when you realized it. But like, when you got older and you decided you were going to make music, how did you know you was going to sing instead of rap?
I didn't know. I just got in the booth. And then I got in the booth and I went to the mic came on, I said what I said. And that nigga G stopped and was like, you wrote that? I was like, nah. He was like, you just freestyled that, bro? I'm like, yeah. He was like, bro, come here. And I came out the booth. He was like, bro, you can do this shit. Like right then and there. He was like, bro, nah. Like, and T-Pain was always a GOAT to me. So I'm like, bro, if I get on this auto-tune, I always knew certain melodies in my ear.
He's from Florida too, right?
Tallahassee. Yeah, he's from Tallahassee. I always knew certain melodies and shit like that, but it was just always here in my head. And I used to watch Michael Jackson DVDs 24/7. Like, my mama gave me the book. Like, I was a fucked up Michael Jackson fan. Tupac and Michael Jackson, I was fucked up by them. In the worst way. It's really my mama. To be real, then it's all her. Because from Luther Vandross to the movies to everything. But my mama taste palette is crazy. Like, Webby, Boosie, Lil Fat.
That's like my sister.
My mom listened to all this shit. Like, everything. Her platter. And this she can go all the way up to the Five Blind Boys of Alabama. So, like, I guess music has just always been around me because of her.
So, Michael Jackson was a big inspiration.
Huge. Michael Jackson and Tupac is a huge.
What about Tupac resonated to you the most? Because I've never, a lot of people out there liked him.
Everything, man. Tupac was that nigga. Still that nigga.
Okay.
Just the way he was able to describe and to keep it a being, to know Tupac, know that he wasn't even no gangster.
No, he was more like a player ass nigga.
But you wasn't finna play with him. You wasn't gonna disrespect him. You wasn't finna do none of that. The respect was loud in person. Nigga can do all that. In person though, the respect was loud every time. So like, I love the way my mama loved him. My mama stayed playing his music. She just was fucked up by him. So like, I looked at a nigga like a father figure.
How old were you when he died? I
was born when he died. He died in 96 in Las Vegas. I was born in 96.
I was already 5.
So.
I was already 5. I have to just put that out there.
I feel you. You don't even remember.
I don't
You don't
remember,
remember nothing.
but
You was 5 years old.
Actually, I do. I remember a few things. I do remember him dying, though. I remember everybody being sad. I remember Biggie dying, too. I remember everybody being
When
sad.
Nipsey died, that's how I felt like Tupac. I thought the Tupac shit all over again. I was so a fan of this shit. I'll never forget it. Carolina Square Apartments, bros. When I finally gave up, I think it was the 20. He went by the Machiavelli rules. I used to tell my mom, I used to watch the documentaries there, like, Mom, he gonna come back to life. That autopsy body, that's really not him. Look, he pulled the Machiavelli rules. If he can come back from the law after 7 to 14 years, and if nobody ain't find nothing, he can walk out in public like ain't nothing happening. Can't nobody arrest him. I'm telling you, he gonna come back. I was stupid. I
thought he
was gonna pop back up.
Still think that he's somewhere. They say he's somewhere, and there's people that see
like
him.
That, bro.
They see. You never heard the things of like.
I know. Yeah, I know. I buried this a long time ago.
So what do you?
I let it go a long time ago.
Hey, you really fucked up about it.
Nah, facts.
You really your favorite rapper?
That's one of my favorite rappers for real. Andre 3000, Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, Tupac, Talib Kweli, Kanye West.
The greats.
You know what I'm saying? Method Man.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up looking at that wall all the time in barbershops and places I always went, seeing the original 50 people of hip hop, like 50 to 60. It's probably all more than 50, but
so you like the Fugees?
DMX, I love the Fugees.
I liked the Fugees growing up too. I was young, but my siblings are significantly older than me. So I grew up listening to all that shit too. Plus my dad's been real into music. He's from Trinidad. We just grew up cultured. Like, you know, we have the Muslim background.
And then World of Nations in Jacksonville. My mama used to take us to World of Nations all the time. So it used to be just different experience.
How did you get into Islam?
My uncle.
Okay. Dad.
Yeah. He's the old school. He old school with it. He started Ramadan 45 days before it even supposed to start.
Some shit my daddy would do.
He one of them. Original.
So how long you been Muslim? Do you talk about it?
Nah, not that much. But like 3 years.
Do you like it?
I love it.
You still be eating pork?
No.
Swine mouth?
No.
Y'all still be trying to cheat?
Never.
I just had to see your real reaction.
Nah.
Because the real reaction will tell it all.
No, ew.
Okay. You look like you probably didn't eat it before.
I really did. I used to fuck speaking up.
You miss pork chops?
No. I really don't. That's the crazy thing about it. I could care less for some pork, to be honest. What about you? When the last time you touched some pork?
I never had none.
Never in your life?
I mean, like, probably like in the crevice on the bottom of a pizza if I didn't pull a pepperoni off, but a full-blown pork chop or a piece of bacon, ham hock, fuck to the no. I was born Muslim with the Fatiha whispered in my ear. I ain't playing them games. Like, it's different. Not no swine. I might have my fun, but the swine is too far, y'all. The pig's too far. But, okay, so before we wrap the interview up, I do want you to give like a message to your supporters out there, to your followers, the people that are watching you. Like, what's something that, you know, you can tell them for the future, like some words of wisdom you would have for them? I like to get little in-depth messages because I think that those actual like moments that you guys share where you're actually talking directly to the people, I think those matter more than them just always watching you guys talk about your life.
Facts. I would say I need you to look at everything in this life as a lesson. And I know that sounds real cliche, but I need you to look at every single thing as a lesson. Like, dig more in depth into every single moment of your life, every second of your life, the present day. Like, if somebody would have told me this back when I was at least, I wouldn't even say nothing when I was a teenager, when I was 20, 21, or 22, to just, like, live, my nigga. Live, baby girl. Like, pay attention to everything that's going on around you, but everything you're going through is for a reason. It's already written. I know that sounds cliche, but knowing that in your head that all this shit is already written and it's going to happen, it's a lesson in this, so you don't got to do this no more, you'll be good. Yeah. Pay attention to them lessons. Pay attention to them signs, man. Cheat code.
Yep. And one more question I have for y'all. Do they wear Timbs in Florida?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do wear Timbs in Florida.
Does it get cold?
We wear polo boots in Florida. I used to hoop in my polo boots. Shit get real.
Why'd you retire your gold grill?
It got too real. It got too real. It got too real. And then I may get it back. I just had it back. My bottoms. I had bottom and 2 caps. Okay. So people tell me they like my smile. So I be trying
this nigga running with that.
I be trying to chill.
Okay,
trying to
well,
say.
thank you so much for doing the interview. I definitely wanted to get like an in-depth background of your life and who you are as a person outside of just the music. I mean, it's easy for me to get on here and just be like, well, what, like, tell me about this song or that. But, to really open up and talk about your life is not something a lot of people can do. So thank you so much for being open to talk
Hmm.
about the things that I asked and doing the interview while you're here in California. I know you guys been really busy.
Hmm.
Is there any shout outs you want to give or anything you want to say to the people? If not, or if so, you could do that. And then you can shout out your social media for everybody. I always put the links for everybody's shit in the bio. So
Okay.
you guys can find his Instagram and stuff in the bio, but you
Hmm.
still can shout him out.
Seddy Hendrinx, everything Seddy Hendrinx, all digital streaming platforms, Seddy Hendrinx, social media, Seddy Hendrinx. Shout out 29 and them real 50 staters. Shout out to everybody that stayed down with me from the bottom to the top. And stay blessed. God bless. Stay out of drama. Stay out the fuck shit. Peace.
All right. And thank you guys so much for tapping in. I know I haven't dropped an interview in about a couple of months, but I got some good shit in the works. So you guys stay tuned. And yeah, I love y'all.